All right, here we go. Hope you're having a good evening. I am talking about the bird passage to try to better prepare you for your semester exam. In this passage, the passage is a discussion of Charles Parker Jr. and his music. Charles Parker Jr. was nicknamed Bird. Anyways, the passage has the speaker throughout the passage is probing for an association to Parker's music. He can't figure out what to associate or equate Parker's music with. So the entire passage is spent probing, looking for an association. He starts the passage with the status. In other words, where does Charles Parker's music stand right at this point? So the status he begins with, he says, oddly enough, while several explanations are advanced as to how Charles Parker Jr. became known as Bird, Yardbird in an earlier metamorphosis, none is conclusive. So the status is that right now there is no equation for Parker's music. That is the status that the paragraph begins with. So the opening sentence lets you know there's no equation. So right now I already know that he's probing for something to equate his music with. Then he goes on in the second sentence to offer an explanation for his music. Second sentence reads, there is, however, overpowering internal evidence that whatever the true circumstance of his ornithological designation, it had little to do with the chicken yard. Okay? So there he begins, and he's trying to say that this nickname that he has gained, he's given an explanation for why this nickname he has gained, we don't know quite yet that it is all about his music, which we will learn later on in the passage. But at this point in time, we know it has nothing to do with the chicken yard. All right. Once again, just a little reference to his nickname. His name talks a little bit. It's a pretext for Parker's style, because he's going to equate the music later in the passage with the way birds sing. So the style has to do with the way birds sing. He tries to equate his style to the way birds sing. Okay. We move right along in the passage, and hopefully you've read the passage and you understand, because I'm not going to go over every single part of the passage. But if you move down to about the third paragraph, in the third paragraph he uses humor. Okay? The entire passage has a mocking tone, but in the third paragraph you really see the humor come out, where he talks about Parker's music. And then once it leaves the third paragraph and shifts into the fourth paragraph, or the final paragraph, we see there is a shift from this humor or this musing to a direct argument. And the last paragraph will argue certain things about Parker's music. In the last paragraph, he uses a canary to equate his music to. And this canary sings. When a canary sings, it doesn't have much variety. It has basically the same old song, but it's unique. And so he kind of equates Parker's music to the canary, where there's not much style, there's not much variety, but it is unique. Okay? In the last paragraph, he also uses complex syntax, very complex syntax. And this syntax mirrors the structure of Parker's music. Parker's music is hard to explain, and in his sentences become harder and harder with the structure, become more and more complex is a better word to use it, with the structure, which make it which helps you to see the mirror image in the explanation and the structure of the sentences. What else can I say about the passage? Line 3, he uses this word issuing when he referenced the music, issuing, as if the music is emitting particular sounds, particular vibrations. So it's very different structure. Once again, the passage is probing for an association. It uses this mocking tone to probe for this association. And overall, we still end up with the last sentence. Further, he was an expert issuing, that's where he's emitting his improvisations from the dense brush as from the extreme treetops of harmonic landscape. And there was, without doubt, an irrepressible mockery in his personal conduct as his music. So when he ends, he ends the passage with the same status as he begins the passage. There really is no true status for how to equate Parker's music. It was just that unique. Thank you.